my skin so gorgeous. We thank the life gorgeous. Thank the life gorgeous. I love the life gorgeous. Its torso is so tight. 2025, it's Craigers. We are back. Welcome to the Life Gorgeous. It's where I share my magical life in hopes of improving your life. Hope you're doing well. The day after, Vikings at Detroit, national television, Sunday Night Football. Vikings get spanked, although they had their chances. And to me, gets down mainly to Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, it appeared the moment was too big for him. He sailed his passes. He threw high. He was inaccurate. He had chances. Very disappointing. Very disappointing. I thought the defense was there. The defense was playing well for as long as they could. And we were down in the red zone. And KOC refuses to run the ball down there. Statistically, the Vikings are not good running the football in the red zone. I don't care. Run it. Now, I want to say something where prior to the game, I said I believe the Detroit Lions are slightly better than us, maybe more than slightly, but they're better. Does not mean they're not beatable. And I said, we're not going to beat them twice. We're not going to beat them Sunday night, last night, and then beat him at the NFC Championship game. Conceivably back, that would have been in Minnesota if we had won the game last night. We need to upset them once. It's going to be tough. It's going to have to be in Detroit, and of course we have to beat the Rams. All is not lost. But we got to go to LA in a playoff game on a Monday night and somehow redeem ourselves. We are absolutely capable of it. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Sam Darnold, you better redeem yourself, buddy. You better redeem yourself. A lot of people are asking, Craigers, I'm getting a lot of questions already, even though it's been less than 24 hours. Craigers, is Sam the quarterback next year? I'm going to tell you after the Rams game. I'm okay moving on and trying J.J. McCarthy. We got to find a winner here. Not easy. Some of these guys like Kansas City, they got lucky with Mahomes. They got lucky because we all know when you draft QBs, you never know how they're going to turn out. Let's see what else we have here. That was a rough game. Van Ginkel almost had the pick. Defense was playing well. Let's see what Brian Flores draws up for the Rams. B-Flow is going to be, I already read one interview with the Jets for the head coaching position. He's going to have some inquiries for head coaching. I want to keep him. Love our defense. Rough game. Now, if the Vikings lose to the Rams are good, and I'm a Matthew Stafford fan, we overachieved 14-3, but we want more because we're playing so well. And I hope KOC has a good game at the Rams, and I hope Sam settles down. Mix in the run. Takes a lot of pressure off. Mix in the run. It's going to be a great playoff game. Lions are pretty good. They're banged up on D, but man, did they show up. Congrats to the Lions. Going online without ExpressVPN is like forgetting to mute yourself on a Zoom meeting. Do you really want your coworkers to hear you trash talking them, mocking them, talking about how you lead the life gorgeous, and they're boring? Because all your traffic flows through their servers, internet service providers, including mobile network providers. They know every single website you visit. And in the U.S., ISPs are legally allowed to sell that information to advertisers. That's ridiculous. ExpressVPN reroutes 100% of your traffic through secure encrypted servers so your ISP can't see your browsing history. This is important. ExpressVPN is the best VPN. ExpressVPN hides your IP address, making it extremely difficult for third parties to track your online activity. ExpressVPN is easy to use. Turn on the app and click one button to get protected. ExpressVPN works on all devices, phones, laptops, tablets, and more, so you can stay private on the go. I use ExpressVPN all the time, especially when I want to check on my investments. All that ESPN money I've carefully invested, I like to check my rate of return and not have anyone tracking me. You can't trust people out there, especially someone like me who has a magical life. I'm bound to have enemies. There is evil in the world. Protect yourself. Protect your online privacy today by visiting expressvpn.com/killborn. That's expressvpn.com/killborn and get an extra 4 months free. expressvpn.com/killborn. Moving right along, let's talk a little Timberwolves. I believe it's going to be a long year. As many of you know from my iconic Instagram, I was very disappointed when we traded Karl Anthony Towns. Extremely happy for him in New York City. He gets to play for the Knicks. A lot of people don't know this, but when I first discovered the NBA back in 1970, the Knicks were my favorite team. We didn't have a team in Minnesota. My dad was from New York. I discovered Walt Clyde Frazier, Willis Reed, Dave DeBusschere, Earl the Pearl Monroe, etc. Dollar Bill Bradley from Princeton. And I like the Knicks. Great place to play, great place to watch. Madison Square Garden. And happy for Cat, just like I was happy for Kevin Garnett in Boston. But the Timberwolves, it's going to be a long year. It's going to be a long year. And I assume we'll be a play-in team. I used to want to be top 4. I just don't think it's possible, but it's still early. February 6th, which is a month from now, is the NBA trade deadline. A lot of Wolves fans want to trade Julius Randle. I completely understand. He's an acquired taste. I don't think we're going to trade him. I think it's too quick. Wouldn't bother me at all if we did. I'd like to get somebody else in there, but it's going to be a long year. Like to see Rob Dillingham play more. He's injured right now with an ankle injury. Doesn't mean he's the answer, but I think from what I've seen, he adds an explosiveness and some team speed, and he's exciting, and he has to learn how to play in the NBA. But big picture, I have concerns about the Wolves. Here's one. I'm kind of over the Rudy Gobert era. We traded so much for him. He does alter the defense. I understand. Offensively, he's a debacle. I mean, it's comical. And I've said this before, I can't stand turnovers more than most people. So when you watch a Boston player and OKC player and the team has 8 turnovers, that's the way the game's meant to be played. The number is 12 or less for a team. And we just got these athletes, these defenders who aren't great ball handlers and passers, and they turn it over. So I'm not painting a very positive picture for my Timberwolves, but I watch, and we fight, and we won on Christmas Day at Dallas, and that was great. You enjoy the wins. We're back to enjoying the wins, but it is not easy. Karl Anthony Towns, number 1 overall pick. You're not going to get a lot of those. And I think it was mostly business, his salary and the second apron. But I also think some people in the organization were tired of Cat, and I'm allowed to disagree. Put the ball in the hoop. Pure shooter, pure shooter. How about his automatic jump hook down low? KG did not have an automatic jump hook down low. Cat does. He's a special offensive player, very good rebounder. I'm happy for him. I don't know how the Knicks are going to do. I don't think they have much of a bench. These are tough times. This is why Craigers lives in California. He needs his distance from the teams. And I have a varied life. I have different interests. I'm going to now tell you 2 movies I've watched recently. One is a rewatch. Because I'm watching Landman and now I'm watching some Yellowstone, I said I'm going to watch Hell or High Water again. I recommend it. It's a few years ago. Ben Foster, Chris Pine, Jeff Bridges, Taylor Sheridan wrote it. Always enjoyed that film. Rewatched it. Just love it. I recommend Hell or High Water, the movie. And a brand new movie came out. It's rated 7.0, which is solid on IMDb. From Clint Eastwood, the director, Juror number 2. I liked it. I love Clint, 94 years old, directing this movie. Probably was 93 when he directed it. And it was entertaining. I liked it. Kiefer Sutherland's in it. Toni Collette does a very nice job. I recommend it. It's a big 2025, a lot of road trips coming up. Check out the California coastline. Stay healthy. You know, I talk about drinking in moderation. It's going to be even less and less as I get older. I just feel better. Anyway, not easy being a Vikings fan. That was we've overachieved this year. Let's see what happens in the playoffs. Be very disappointing if we lose to the Rams. Rams aren't going anywhere. And they're not going anywhere. But they could pull an upset. Vikings open as 2.5-point favorites at the Rams. Rams 10-7. Vikings 14-3. We'll see what happens. I'm proud of you. It's good to be back. We'll see you next time. And remember, young people, I'm proud of you.